Asteroid City, directed by Wes Anderson, might be my most anticipated movie of this year. I was so excited for this. If you know me, I absolutely love Wes Anderson. I love the style of his movies, the music, the emotions, just everything about the way he presents his stories. I think is phenomenal, and I love every second of it. Um, I think that a lot of people give him a lot of flack, especially nowadays, because they're saying, "Oh, it's always style over substance. There's nothing to his stories," which I don't believe at all. But like especially with his last movie, The French Dispatch, I feel like that movie was just kind of him saying like, "F you, I'm gonna double down on this, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, and you can't stop me." And I thought that was great. I absolutely loved The French Dispatch. That movie felt like it was like his statement of going, I'm going to make the most Wes Anderson movie I possibly can and make it amazing. I don't know. I'm probably in the minority of just absolutely loving that movie. I think it's like an A plus, 5 out of 5. I think that is one of the best movies that we've gotten this decade. I absolutely loved The French Dispatch, and most of his other movies that I've seen, every time I go in expecting like, okay, this one, it's got to be the misfire. This one has to be the one I don't really like. This one has to be this or this, and every time it just doesn't happen. Like I genuinely don't understand how I connect to his movies so much and love them so much. But that's besides the point. Today we're here to talk about Asteroid City, and I was incredibly excited for this. The cast, the way the movie looked, the desert setting, a promise of like an alien story, all of it. I was just really excited, and I was really, really crossing my fingers for this one and hoping it didn't suck and it didn't disappoint, because 2023 has been the year of disappointments and the year of movies that I was really looking forward to ended up being either really mediocre or just bad. But recently we've seen kind of a turnaround. We've seen, at least I've seen more movies that I've connected to and have really loved. And Asteroid City, thankfully, is one of them. This movie completely met my expectations, and it is great. Through and through, Asteroid City is another win for Wes Anderson. It's not as good as The French Dispatch. I'm just going to say that right now. It's somewhere in like the middle of his filmography for me, but that being said, it is miles better than even a lot of really good directors' best work. So let's talk about this movie. One, the acting is all phenomenal. I think that Jason Schwartzman really gets his time to shine in this movie, playing like a double character almost. And I really love the nuances he brings to it and kind of his own flair. He's not just doing like his normal psychopath indie guy, Jason Schwartzman, that he normally brings to the table. I think he's showing a lot of range here. I also really like Jeffrey Wright. He's funny in this movie. I like all the kid actors. They were really great. Scarlett Johansson was pretty good. Bryan Cranston was great. William Dafoe's in this movie. Adrian Brody's really funny in this movie. Everybody is doing their job very, very well. Like, in order for a Wes Anderson movie to be good, you have to have all of these actors buy into his concept. And I think that's why he reuses a lot of the same actors, is because they're willing to listen to him and go that extra mile and give into the concept. And I think that's what everyone is really doing in this movie. And it really, really worked for me. Excuse me. It was kind of weird seeing Steve Carell in this movie. Not to say he was like a negative or anything. So every time he was on screen and he was talking, I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know. Again, it's not a negative or anything. It was just something I noticed where he kind of didn't seem to fit in with everybody else. But, it's not a big deal. He was funny in the movie. Visually, this is one of his best movies, if not his best looking movie. I mean, he went all out visually. The set design, the colors, the cinematography, especially like the scenes with the actual alien, they are amazingly lit and so well shot. I didn't think I would be saying any of this for a new Wes Anderson movie after The French Dispatch, just because that movie was so syncopated and so well shot and so thought out, and like there had to be so much effort put into the visual side of that movie that I didn't think I was going to be saying that about a newer Wes Anderson movie. But With Asteroid City, it may have topped that because just the sheer amount of effort put into each shot is mind-boggling. There are so many scenes like during, was it dusk when the sun is setting, that are absolutely beautiful. The conversations had between Jason Schwartzman's character and Scarlett Johansson's character on the windows are all perfectly shot and I think very well blocked. Just this movie is a tour de force, I guess, in how to correctly shoot a movie, how to frame, how, like, all of this can be overly analyzed and studied because it is that good. I don't think it will win an Oscar for like best cinematography or anything, but it should, because this is the best cinematography I've seen in a movie in a really, really long time. Which again is kind of to be expected with Wes Anderson, but this even tops his standards if I'm being completely honest. And the story of the movie is actually one that's really intriguing. With Wes Anderson, especially nowadays, it's going to be like a story within itself. And it's a TV program about a play about these people in Asteroid City. So you get a couple different narratives throughout, and I think they're all woven together really well. I don't think as well as something like The French Dispatch, where they're all, very interconnected, and I was enthralled the entire time. I think this one flows more as one whole unit, and you kind of don't think of them as separate stories, which is a good thing. I think they all flow really, really well. I think that... Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I think that some of the characters that inhabit this movie are some of the most interesting he's ever put to paper. Like, I think that... I'm horrible with names, but the main dad, who Jason Schwartzman plays, is one of his most introspective and broken characters he's ever made. I think that Mitch Campbell, the actress that Scarlett Johansson plays, is really unique and interesting. I think Tom Hanks' character is really cool. I really liked all of the kids. The kids really did a good job in this movie and actually got me to care about their characters and got me to be invested in their stories as well. I think there's a lot of people in this movie and a lot of different things going on, but he honestly balances them out really, really well. It's really cool to see Wes Anderson grow as a screenwriter as he ages. Like, it's... a lot of people, again, focus on only his visual side and only credit him for that. But for me, a lot of his storytelling has gotten a lot better, and a lot of his character work is more compelling. His dialogue is sharper, even. I don't know. I feel like this movie, he really honed all of his skills and definitely made a lower scale movie this time around, like something akin to Royal Tenenbaums or The Darjeeling Limited. And for me, that's great because those are two of my favorite Wes Anderson movies. I absolutely love it when he can tell a smaller scale story while also making it feel really big with a lot of heart, a lot of introspection, and a lot of emotion. So that's what this movie is. It is a very complicated, simple story, if that makes sense. I know that's like a big oxymoron, but it makes sense if you've seen the movie, and I really just connected with the characters, and especially the setting and the emotion felt throughout the entire movie. I think it all really worked well, and I think this is definitely a big win for this year, and easily one of my favorite movies of the year. I absolutely loved Asteroid City. I'm going to give it a very strong A. This was a really phenomenal Wes Anderson movie. So thank you so much for watching this video. I've been so excited about Asteroid City for a really long time now. I think I'm going to do, a Wes Anderson ranked video. I haven't done a ranked video in a really long time, but I think I'm going to do that because I've almost seen all of his movies. The only one I haven't seen is Life Aquatic yet. So let me know in the comments if that's something you guys want to see. And other than that, I will see you guys with the next video.